Hello? It's video game time. So, what's up? How come I'm at 4 viewers and I just started? This never happens. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Con I Joe? So yesterday, when we played this game, I had no idea what I was doing. And I decided to just go with that. You know, just to go with having no idea. This is the next bodies that we discovered. I think the thing that was confusing me the most was at the end of each chapter, like on the final body for each chapter, it was giving me like a rating, like little cross marks to say how well I'd done or whatever, and I didn't understand the scoring system at all. Like the scoring system with the X's and the slash marks. I have no idea what it means. So I don't even think I care about it. Like, I don't think I care about how well I'm doing. And I would rather just, like, play the game and try and do my best. I don't know. These are the next guys. And then at the end of this scenario, I don't even know what the scenario is called. Is it this one? It's not the Doom. I don't know which scenario I'm on. But whatever scenario I'm on, at the end of it, I'll get some type of rating, and if it's bad, it's bad. The good news is I can't even tell what is bad and what is good.
What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things? About the chest and your dead friends?
这是虾米？讲回来，全部讲出来，拢是恁害啦！迄个害得较对人无过好，是啥人本事的啊？He talk about the shell. Very dangerous.
Shell? What shell?
Oh, damn. So, these guys were spinning the old wheelaroo. And... oh shit, did these guys already die? This guy has like his one arm. Which woman is this? Oh! She's the only Chinese woman on the ship, so I could definitely identify her name. Right? Wait a minute. Huh. This is the carpenter? It wasn't the carpenter, I don't think. That wasn't enough time for me to do anything. Alright, so... how did this bald fuck die and how did this guy die? Well, I don't know. I need to see it again. Yep. I'm not really sure how this game paces itself like this. Because now... now I'm gonna have to go back into the previous body. What up, Grummeldunk? Grummeldunk, what fucking emote is that? See, like 5 X's. What does 5 X's mean? Is that 5 bads? Or is that 5 goods? Spider 2HI? Wow. Oh, nice emote. Unholy captives. How far did we get? We got to the people being attacked by the giant enemy crabs, and that was the last one for chapter 5. The last one of the giant enemy crabs. Yep. And it wants me to go to this next body, but I'm not ready yet. I'm definitely not going to this right now. I'm gonna backtrack. Alright, remember this guy here. But we're going back into this first. It's like he's about to grab. It's because the hand
What the hell
is.
is going on? What do you know about these things?
Yeah, good.
About the chest and your dead friends.
这是虾米？不以来，全部
Juicy 小咪。
害啦！迄个害得较必然无过好，是人稳死的啊！He talk about a shell. Very dangerous.
Sick with corona? Wow, like actual? Fuck. Dude. I only know one person that's had corona and like 5 people that have suspected they had it. And the one person that like I know who had it for real, like they actually had it, I don't really, you know, it's a friend of my parents, so I don't really, you know, haven't spoken to them. Fuck, dude. I don't know anybody with like actual corona. Jesus. I think I can identify these people, right? But it looks like they're where the next body's gonna be. So, I don't know. This guy, though. Does he die? This guy here? Oh, they're both dying. Where's this guy in the picture? He's a spearman. There's Captain Mayete. Alright. I guess I can make a guess, right? Who is this? Oh, you don't have sufficient? It's not even gonna let me? Alright, cool. How did they die? They were, spiked by a terrible beast. And I guess that's it, so let's go through the door. If you weren't here at the very beginning of the stream, I basically explained that I'm confused by the rating system that it gives you at the end of each chapter. I don't understand how I'm meant to check my work, like how I'm meant to like submit, you know, like my my guesses. Pretty sure this is the carpenter. Pretty sure I've got a, like, if you decide this is in this chapter. In this chapter, Soldiers of the Sea, I am 100% sure that I know who this guy is, right? Winston Smith was spiked by a terrible beast. Okay? I am 100% sure that this is Charles Hirschstick, and he's the midshipman and he was burned to death. 100%. And I don't know how to submit them. And if you say it's 3 people, like, I think there's another chapter where I've guessed 3 and it won't let me submit. So I think this guy is Charles Minor and this is how he died. This is for the part called The Doom. I'm pretty sure this is Abigail, right? So she's typeset already, so it doesn't count. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe because, that was 2 chapters. Give me a second, because maybe you're right here. Yeah, maybe I haven't done 3 people in the same chapter. Is it per chapter then? So you have to like have 3 in each area? Alright. Maybe that's it. I haven't been able to make 3 like entire guesses though. I don't feel like.
Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Hold your fire!
Oh shit! Whoa, wait, I can move around? Okay. Why the fuck are there mermaids? These aren't... Wait, it's got titties. These mermaids aren't the same as the rider people, right? Like the spiky riders? But did the spiky rider boys on the crabs attack because they stole the mermaids? Why is there like a glowing conch shell? Interesting. Dude, today's been such a weird day. The calling. So there's the conch shell. I mean, they were shot by a gun. That's it. That's it. Super hot day. In what you call it, the Scottish like islands, like Lerwick and the kind of northern islands, they've had some of their hottest days. They were at 18C, which is like 5C off of their record. Like they don't get as hot as us, nowhere near. Like Scotland can get up to like 28, 29, but Lerwick is like, if Lerwick gets to 20, that's like crazy. Here it was just mild. It was really foggy, really high humidity. Yeah, they have no trees. They're just windy as fuck. They just have no trees. There's nothing to stop the North Sea winds. It's actually insane how like they have no trees. When it was showing the report on the news about like the temperature and whatever, I was like, shit, dude, like they have no trees. You can't live there and like complain about being windy and there's no fucking trees. Like, I'm surprised the dirt stays in the ground. So he's calling out for Miss Lim. So I'm pretty sure this is Miss Lim. And there's the magic conch. What does it want me to do? That has to be Miss Lim, right? And her face isn't obscured anymore, which means we can make a guess at who she is. Why is this on fire, this magic box? Who is this? How did they die? I don't really know how they died. They were burned, I guess? I don't want to put anything here. I'm not putting anything. I kind of don't want to make wrong guesses because I feel like when I go back and like work some stuff out, it's gonna be more difficult if I have wrong guesses. I want to be like 90% sure before I put things in. Hey, I just got a message saying that Death Stranding on the PC teases Half-Life crossover. Oh no. Oh no. You know that place in Bristol where they threw in the statue of the slave trader Edward Colston? They've now... Somebody's erected a statue of a fat white man in a trash can. Like a literal obese white man stuck inside a trash can. Yeah, like, I'll see if it'll let me play the video on my phone and I can show you. We put a... Well, not we, but they put a statue of, like, a slave trader in Bristol. They put him in the ocean. Like, they broke down the statue and threw it in the ocean. Because they don't want statues of slave traders. So somebody's... I'll lower the brightness on my phone. I think I have to lower it a lot for you to see what I need to show you. They've put this, like, statue of, like, a fat white dude in a trash can. Like, in a wheelie bin. And he has a globe in one hand and a mobile phone in the other. This is what they've erected instead. Because this is a much better statue, you know? Fat white man in a bin is, you know, that's not offensive to anybody. I don't know, the world we live. The world we live, right? I just don't understand. I thought I got a text, and instead I got that. Let's check out Miss Lim. I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is. Oh shit. So this guy was killed by the magic box. But it looks like that's coming out of the box, not going in, right? Like, it's not sucking the life out of these guys. What the fuck? She's already dead. So I can't work out how she died from this because she's already dead. I mean, it looks like she bled to death. It looks like she was, like, knifed in the throat. You can kind of determine that this guy was burned, right? By whatever mystical energy that is. There's the guy that was hung. No, it's not. Shit, it's another guy. Did you know that they, in Scotland, we have a statue of, McGregor? Robert McGregor? Wait. No, fuck. Robert the Bruce. Why am I thinking of McGregor? I was thinking of Rob Roy McGregor, and I was thinking of Robert the Bruce. Anyway, they, there's like a big wall, like a cobblestone wall. Like, it's pretty tall. I think it's like 10 feet tall, right? And next to it, like, maybe like, I don't know, like about 10, 15 meters away from it, is a statue of Robert the Bruce. And people went up into the middle of literally nowhere. Like, it's near like a lake, and they graffitied, racist king, Robert the Bruce was a racist, blah, 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 blah. Robert the Bruce lived so long ago that he probably never, or like most likely never saw anybody of a different color other than white, right? Like, he only saw white Scottish people, white English people, and maybe like white people from Nordic countries. And they like spray painted that shit. That's what you made me think of when you said about like the Taliban statue thing, Grummeldunk. And what up, Cromon? What up, what up? Pogger's my dog. What does that even mean? How far away from the English language have we gotten, Cromon? And there's a statue of William Wallace as well that they've wrote. William Wallace was a racist. William Wallace was a white Scottish man that fought against white English people. Like, before slavery, before we had the East India Trading Company, before we had colonization of other places, like, William Wallace probably never saw anybody with like a skin color other than white. Like, I don't even know. Come on, I'll try and find it to show you. They, in Bristol, in England, right? Which is like a place that I guess had the slave trade. They tore down a statue of a slave, like, owner guy, slave trader called William Colson. And, they've replaced it, with this. They've replaced it with this. It's a picture of a... Fuck. Why is it so bright? They've replaced it with a statue of a white fat man in a wheelie bin. You know those, like, rectangle bins with wheels? So they've replaced the statue with, like, a fat man being squeezed into a bin. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know why they would, like, go after Scottish heritage sites or Scottish statues or anything from Scottish history. Like, I mean, I've said this before, right? Like, I had somebody on TikTok, and I've had a couple of people on Instagram, like, come back at me for stuff that I've said or things that I haven't said. So I just kind of stopped caring. One of the best ones was on Instagram. Somebody, like, it was like a young, like, black girl from America talking about how the British were colonizers, right? And how she doesn't like British people and the British people are colonizers. So, firstly, right, like, what I said was, because on Instagram you can just write, like, massive walls of text. So I just wrote a massive wall of text. Should I go full cam for this? So I wrote that calling British people colonizers, like the people that are currently in Britain colonizers, is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because, right, for one reason. If we were to colonize the moon, okay, say we colonized the moon, the colonizers would be on the moon. So if you call British people colonizers, meaning the current people in Britain, we're still in Britain. The British colonizers live in America. They live in South Africa. They live in Australia. They live in, like, the Netherlands and, like, Portugal, and, like, we're not the colonizers. I'm Scottish, right? Scottish people didn't colonize anywhere, right? English people did. English people colonized, and when they did, they stayed there. They moved there and they stayed there, such as the French colonies in Canada. French people that live in France right now are not colonizers. The people who moved from France to Canada and stayed there are colonizers, right? So when they call British people, meaning us now, colonizers, it makes no sense because we're colonizing Britain, our own place. Right? It's so dumb. If you were to colonize Mars, right? Earthlings wouldn't be colonizers. The people on Mars would be colonizers. They are colonizing Mars. They have a colony. Like, I was just born in Scotland and now I'm a white colonizer and I'm to blame for colonialism because I'm white and I'm from Britain. Like, no, I'm Scottish, right? Like, and I'm in 2020. I've never left the country. How could I be colonizing anywhere? It makes no sense. I don't like Churchill either, right? Like, I think Churchill had, like, you know, he did a lot of stupid shit. There was a time where Churchill had grain stored in India. And India was going through a famine, and he decided to dump the grain into the water rather than give it to the Indian people. The same thing happened, I think, with wheat and, like, you know, rice, like this type of stuff. Like large things, like millions of tons, and they decided to dump it rather than give it to the Indian people. Because basically he was saying it was his, right? And like if he didn't want it, like dump it. Stuff like that. Also like how he spearheaded things. Instead of having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plans, like Churchill would put everything onto one thing, which led to an event called the Clydebank Blitz, where a place in Scotland called Clydebank. Clydebank was refused anti-air ammunition. So they had anti-air guns in the area, but they didn't have enough ammunition, and they didn't have enough like guns. They didn't have enough protection. And I'm pretty sure, like I might get this fact wrong, but out of all of the houses in Clydebank, there were only 8 left standing. Every single house in Clydebank was blown by like the Germans, right? The Clydebank Blitz. And it's like people in Clydebank fucking hate Churchill to this day. Like they literally they don't they don't celebrate him as being the guy that won the World War II, right? And if you look at history, even the things that are praising him, if you like just look at it a little bit, you can see that he puts all his eggs into one basket, right? He like, and then it works. There's no strategy and like deep thinking to most of Churchill's stuff. It's like, we can attack them here, here, and here. And Churchill goes, let's go to this one place and let's have everybody die, but at least it'll be a win. And then they do it, and then like you get shit like the Clydebank Blitz where everybody just dies. Right? I don't think a lot of people died, actually. I think a lot of people lost their homes more than died. You know, those things go hand in hand, but like I don't think the death count was as bad as that would make it seem. But yeah. How many times can I say colony? I mean, I'm just trying to make the point, right? Like it doesn't make sense. Because Scottish people, yes, we had some people from Scotland that moved to other places and lived there, right? But like, nowhere near as much as the English, which were the British at the time, right? 528 killed. Yeah, compared to their population, it's a miracle that like all of them didn't die. Because there was like, I think it's like 8 houses were still standing out of hundreds. Like hundreds of houses, 8 standing. So what was I talking about? Yeah, like the colonization thing. I really take umbrage with being called a white colonizer because I'm British. Because people still to this day don't understand that Britain is, you know, Ireland, England, Scotland, and Wales. And like, and Gibraltar, I guess. But it doesn't really make sense, right? That like, I haven't left the country. I'm not colonizing anywhere. It was only English people. It wasn't even the Irish. The Irish colonized America in a different way. Like, not in the same way that the English did. And it pisses me off. It really, like, it actually annoys me. It really annoys me because, like, it's just told, like, it's a complete non-truth. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I don't know, man. Like, if you call, like, it's not even really colonization through, like, what the word means when you talk about the Irish. Because a lot of the Irish were there through things like, you know, the slave trade. Like, Irish slaves. And then the good old potato famine and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to be a colonizer, right? I've never left Britain. Like, what the fuck? Oh. I'm drinking a juice box because I'm 6, by the way. It's blackcurrant. Yeah, they were like refugees. Right? Or they were forced into labor. Even if it wasn't like true slavery, it was like the best option given to them. It wasn't like, hey, we're Irish, let's go fucking fuck up America. Like, it was nothing like that. Whereas for the British, meaning the English, and also meaning the people hundreds of years ago, it kind of was like that. It was like, hey, New Horizons, let's exploit people, let's generate wealth. I'm glad we had this discussion. Was it a discussion? What was the girl's name? Why is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to this again. I don't know, man. Do you think I'm a white colonizer because I was born in Scotland in 1990? I don't think so.
You're still breathing? Can you roll?
O'Hagan.
Sir, shoot them for God's sake!
So this guy could be O'Hagan, but I don't think it is. And is this Nichols? Oh god. Oh baby. You know, if I was attacked by a sea woman, I'd probably just let her kill me, honestly. Fuck it. Fuck it, right? YOLO. Like, look at this. You're on a boat and a sea witch, like, fucking tries to smooch you. I mean, why not? I can't work out any of this shit. I can't even work out a cause of death from that. Am I dense? We're talking about this guy at the back, right? O'Hagan, you still breathing? And he's like, you know, says something in Chinese, says help. Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back into this.
Keep rowing!
Where is it? Where? Something there!
I see it!
Give us a weapon! Shoot it! Mike and I!
Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
Oh shit! This sea bitch fucking launched a spear right into this fucker's neck. So when they said bang the chest, right? Is bang the guy sitting on his ass? Or is bang... Alright, he's not with that group. He's not with that group. He... His face isn't as obscured now, is it? So he's probably bang. But this is the fucker that we need to identify. I'm still not 100% sure what's going on with the story. So they steal the chest, right? And then the sea women attack them. And then they kill the sea women and get them on the boat. And then it's like the crab men come to get the sea women. What does he say? Something in Russian? Mother of God, keep rowing. They're here. Bang the chest. Where is it? There, something there. I see it. Give us a weapon. He could be a Russian guy. I don't know if there is a... There's two Russians. There's Alexei Toporov and Alarkis Nikishin. Bunlan Lim is gonna be the woman though, right? She's Miss Lim. So they're from Formosa. They're not from China. Wait, where did it say that? Am I high? How did I lose that? There we go. Where the hell is Formosa? Did they make that up? I'm Googling it. Taiwan? Is it like an old name for Taiwan? I think, which was China at the time. Yeah, Google is just giving me Republic of Formosa, the island of Taiwan in 1895. Or before 1895. Okay. So this guy got... I mean, he got impaled, right? But I would also say he got speared by... There's a foreign enemy, by an unknown attacker, or by a beast. I'm gonna go with an enemy. Did you know that France has only been called France for like 50 years?
3 days. You packed enough.
Did you know that?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
Like, it was called the Republic of France and like all this shit before it was called just France.
怪不出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
This guy has to be Bang, right? 100% this guy has to be Bang. And that has to be Miss Lim, and then that breaks it down to like being two more people. The guy with the spear that shot the other guy. See, in this picture, there's this guy and there's this guy, right? If this guy is Bang, then there's only going to be two more Formosan royalty guys. Right? So there's a 50-50 chance of getting this right. But these faces aren't obscured, which means I can make a guess at who they are. Right? That's the game's way of telling you that you can make a guess at their name. Damn, quite a lot of these actually have unblurred faces as if it wants me to have a guess. Shit, quite a lot of these do. There only is two other women though, right? Yeah, I guess you can kind of guess at their names because there's only two other women. Alright, whatever. Speared by an enemy. I don't think I can say more than that. Let's just go. 2 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are catalogued here. Who is this and who is this? I don't fucking know. I don't even remember looking at them. Do I need to go back and do some of the other things again to try and work stuff out? When you work it out fully, do some of the bodies disappear so you don't like get confused and go back into bodies you've been to? Or do they just become more rendered? You see how this guy is very staticky? Whereas this body is a little bit better rendered. And then like the bodies through here are also like a little bit less staticky. You know? Where's Miss Lim? Chapter 4, The Calling. Oh yeah. So this is Miss Lim. And how did she die? Was she just stabbed by an unknown enemy? And I think that this guy is Bang. And he was burned to death. Pog? Pog? Did it do the do? Those weren't on the same chapter though, right? Medallion, what up? Welcome. I've played this game for 3 hours, 4 hours now, and I'm still very confused. Oh god, I'm so confused. Right, let me check those again. So this guy was on a bitter cold, right? Solomon Saeed, who succumbed to a tragic illness. But we suspected that he could have been... The game just crashed. The game just fucking crashed. And I got a Steam pop-up for self-updater. Okay, sure. Let's not self-update. I think it auto-saves as well. I think it auto-saves when you press escape. Yeah. It is saved because this is like punched in. You know? That's interesting. Why does this count as being burned? Because he was kind of burned by like mystical Chinese energy, right? Like the stuff that they put into fortune cookies. I don't know. He was burned by Formosan energy. I guess we gotta explore now though, because I don't know how to start the other chapters. I'm pretty sure that the other chapters start when you do good shit on the other things. Outside the first mate's window? Oh, is that how you start the shit? Alright, never mind. Deck plans. Where is the first mate's window? Second mate? Fourth mate? First mate? Oakley dokley. So, this is on the second... Yeah, the second one, the gun deck, where everybody's, like, dead. And we're talking about the back of the boat. Alrighty. Oh, that's my feet. I didn't know that was my feet. Alright.
On your toes.
On your toes, boy.
Go back.
Here, here.
Captain!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up.
Oh shit. Wait, Miss Lim? No. 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 Okay. 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 So wait, what's going on in this part of the book? Which one is this? This is the one I just started, right? From the outside the first mate's window. It's called Murder. So a murder happens probably at the beginning, and then all this shit happens after it. So this isn't. Oh! Dude, the other Formosan. This guy's, Steve Harvey here. Steve Harvey here. He's not gonna die from that. He's just got an impaled leg. He's fine. So, I guess he was shot, right? Sound good? Oh shit! Look, it's the magic chest. I don't know what the fuck to call it. This guy, he is don't know man, and he was shot by a gun. Cool. Whatever. Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope it's this guy and not this guy, because he doesn't even look like he died. He's got stabbed in the leg. You can survive getting stabbed in the leg. Where he was stabbed, though, there's actually a really big artery. Because your legs are really, like, big muscles. They have, like, this big fucking huge artery thing. I don't know if it's called an artery. You got a big old vein on the front of your leg, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Whee! Why does it make you do that? Like, you know, do like a wee around the ship. Wow, this game looks weird when you see it on stream. Like if I go like this and then you look back, wow, it goes all blocky and pixely.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Quiet.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
I mean, that was a pretty easy, you know, what was his name? Whatever. Captain Mayete? Yeah, dude, he should have used his, kitchen knife. I love these dudes just up here sitting, trying to get a good view. This is what was entertainment. Is there nobody who's not looking? Is this the artist? No way! Dude, that's so cool that I knew it was the artist. Because, like, this is where he was when he did the painting of where everybody else was. Poggers. Think you can tell who hit... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just by, like, the blood splatter direction. Like, if everybody else just had powder. But that guy had, like, you know, an actual thing, actual shop. Oh, you're right. You can tell it was Barnacle Bill here. It's cool. We can go back into it. I don't really want to leave him hanging, though. I know. I know. It's bad. It was bad. Oh, no! I wanted to go back into the guy that was hanging up. Not into him. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Just shut up.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you?
Senora Nichols.
Down here. Hello, yes. All fine here. Just sorting some things. What's your step?
Stealing.
Let me help you.
Senora Nichols, I'll come to make you a pizza pie. Is he being garroted? Like, what's going in there? Is that a knife? I can't quite tell what's going in. I would assume it would be a knife, right? Oh. Oh. Oh, now it makes more sense. They had the magical cashew nut in there. So wait, I don't get it. Was the guy that got firing squatted already dead? He was already bludgeoned by Signora Nichols. Is that right? So Signor Nichols was gonna steal the Formosan conch shell, and then he killed the other guy, and then Signor Nichols blamed the murder of this guy on the Chinese guy? No way! Dude, what a fucking mystery. I'm pretty sure that's right. Senor Nichols tries to steal the conch shell. The Chinese guard is there. He bludgeons the Chinese guard. And then the Italian Alfredo guy, he comes down and he's like, Senor Nichols, I'm making a pizza pie. And he's like, not now, Super Mario. Got a dead body here. Ah, oh, dude. This unknown guy. We're looking for Italy. Nunzio Pascal will do. Right? He's got to be Italian. He's an Alfredo. He was killed, knifed by Edward Nichols. There aren't any more Nichols on the ship. Alright, that sounds really good. Who is this guy? This guy is Hokseng Lao. And Hokseng Lao, I believe he was actually bludgeoned by Edward Nichols. I don't think he was shot in the firing squad and killed. Or unless he was... Oh no! He was killed in the firing squad. He was killed in the firing squad. He was. But he was knocked unconscious when the shell was stolen. Big brain. Yeah, I'm gonna write in that he was shot. And we can get the attacker later. That sounds about right. Hey, Did you guys see the itch.io bundle for the Black Lives Matter thing? You get like 1,705 games for $5. So anyway, I bought it, and I've got to say, a lot of it is trash. Some of them aren't even games. Some of them are like management tools and stuff like that.
Of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
So who's this guy? I guess we don't know who this guy is. He was knifed by R. Whittle. Yeah, we don't know who that guy was. That's fine. Where's the door?
East India Company and thus the Crown of England.
There's a door here.
You to death by firing line.
A chicken?
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
So, I was thinking, like, after I'm done with this game, that I'm gonna download a bunch of those games and try and go through them on stream. A lot of them are LGBTQIA plus games. Whew. I said it. I said the full thing. Wait, LGBTQIAPK plus? Sorry. Sorry to the P and K people in the chat that I missed out on. But I'm pretty sure most of them are safe for work. Why didn't I do this the other way? Why didn't I go cargo deck first? Did I play the game in reverse order by accident? I did, didn't I? Or was it meant to be played like... Oh no. Did I accidentally play this in reverse order? I think I did. Oh no. I think I actually did. What's classed as the cargo deck? I would assume the cargo deck is the upper deck. Right? You think you have to start at the end? Oh, okay. It's just that, like, where you choose to begin the chapters is, like, written and circled in the book, but I don't know how... Oh, yeah, you have to start in the cabin's the captain's quarters, don't you? Cargo deck. Cargo deck. This is the cargo hold, right? This is the orlop deck. This is the gun deck. This is the main deck. The instructions say on the cargo deck. That doesn't really help me. I think it's going to be pretty good though, like going through some of those games from that list. I think it'll be pretty funny. I really do. Like, I think it'll be funny to see... Which list was it? It's called... Let me find it. I'll find it and link it. Because you're on a PC, right? itch.io bundle. There's a bundle right now on itch.io, which isn't like Humble Bundle. And it's called the Black Lives Matter Support Bundle. I think. Is this it? Oh, this isn't it. This is a different bundle. Is the bundle over? Oh no, I think the bundle's over. I'm on their bundles page. Graffiti Games, Black Lives Matter bundle. Yeah, none of these have like the 1,000+ games. It must be over. Ah, I think it's over and they've started like doing other bundles. Shit, never mind. Well, basically, itch.io is like an indie, almost like self-publishing place where you could put up your games for free and stuff like that. A lot of game jams and, you know, really indie stuff is on it. But there's other stuff as well, right? 2064 read-only memories. The fuck is this? Wow. Looks very pixely. It has good reviews though. Are you serious, or is this actual trash? It's difficult to tell. You thought it was great? Okay. It's difficult to tell. There's a game in the other bundle that I bought called Dungeons and Lesbians. And there's another one called Free Lesbians, A Trip to the Woods, or something like that. It's like Free Lesbians, A Trip to the Forest. Yep. I don't know how good that's gonna be. Can I go to the cargo deck? Oh, hiccups. Cargo deck's below this, right? And this is where we just saw those two guys die. Sounds like straight up porn games. Well, you know, there's a lot more to being a lesbian than sex, right? So that looks like that's where the first part of the chapter is gonna start, right? Because he put up his little memento mori in a dungeon. Not that type of dungeon. Grommeldon, get your head out the gutter. Not that kind of dungeon. Shin bones connected to the leg bone. Leg bones connected to the hip bone. That guy's isn't though. Do you want me to look up the list? I want to look up the list. itch.io. It was called the itch.io Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality. I wonder if you can still buy it. The bundle ended today, 13 hours ago. So it's a DRM free bundle as 1,741 items for a price of $5. It is worth $9,500. They wanted to reach a goal of $5 million raised. They have since reached $8.174 million. The games include Overland, Night in the Woods. I'm not going to read them all. These are like the main ones that they tried to like sell you on it. Lancer, Celeste, which everybody knows, I guess, because it won all those awards. Odd Realm, bunch of other stuff. 2064 read-only memories is actually in the list of games, so I actually own it, but I don't own it on Steam. I own it on itch.io. Bunch of other stuff. Anodyne, Quiet as a Stone, Tonight We Riot, Cat Lateral Damage, a game called Social Justice Warriors. Yep, it's actually called Social Justice Warriors. Nuclear Throne, which I think everybody knows. Pikuniku, which I think some people would know. Just a bunch of stuff, but a lot of them are really LGBTQI, APK+, and a lot of them are very strange. Like, you know, very indie. I think is the term. What else is there? I'm scrolling down to see if there's any with like funny names that'll poke out. But just trust me, when I was looking, there's one, Free Lesbians in a Barrow. That's what it's called. Barrow. Free Lesbians in a Barrow. And it's a furry game. It has a fox in a dress on the cover. Very strange. Scrolling down. There's a game called Inverness Nights, which looks like a bearded lady on the front. Well, you can have lesbian furries, right? I don't know. There's a game called Love Hughes. It's an LGBT plus friendly university visual novel with secrets, features platonic and romantic paths. Damn, I wish I could show you this page. The reason I'm not showing you the page is because it actually has the code at the top. This like my unique DRM free download code. I'm not really sure if I can show that. Octodad is in it. Octodad is published and developed, I think, maybe it's not published, by Young Horses. And Young Horses are making Bug Snacks. Remember Bug Snacks? From the PlayStation event? Bug Snacks, man. I love Bug Snacks. I don't know, dude. It just seems like a lot of these games don't seem like games. They seem what I would call toys. Toys are like games that you can play for like 3 minutes and that's it. They're almost like just tests or like student things. I don't know. We might play a bunch of them though. They're all really small file sizes. Some of them are as little as like 8 megabyte. Might go through, guess some of these. The chance of me playing every single one of these at any point in time, considering there's 1700, I don't think I'll ever do it. Don't furries much care if there's lesbian furries or straight furries in the game. They'd probably be interested to do it anyway. I mean, they probably just could have called it, you know, something in the barrow. Foxes in a barrow, or I don't fucking know. I'm not a marketer. Also, excuse me, because I did just burp. I don't know, man. Looks like there's a bunch of really weird games in here. Like, really, really weird stuff. It's like there's maybe 50 good games, and the rest is ass. But, you know, it's the way it is. A couple of racing games in here. Those could be pretty fucking funny. Somehow, Octodad is on the list twice. Not sure why. Really not sure why. Creepy Gamer's gonna make? I was never making a creepy game. Huh? I am still making it though. I'm making a visual novel. I genuinely am. But I don't, you know. I don't think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be as bad as the stuff on the list. It's gonna be really bad. It doesn't have a title either. Oh, look. There's a thing here. I'm gonna start with the crab one. All earn you can get into next 5,000 game bundle. That's worrying though, right? It's worrying that there are that many games in that bundle that probably all really suck balls. It's the crabs, isn't it? Yep. So the crabs have like weird rider people on them, which is weird. There's the French guy. I already know who he is. I've already given him a name. But I guess this is the first time I see how he died. I'm pretty sure he's the carpenter's apprentice, or like something like that. Dude, I really need to go get another drink of water. Alright, I'll BRB. I think we know what's going on here. He's been impaled. He's been stabbed. He hasn't been spiked. He's been speared. I'll BRB. What were you saying before I left? It's a disservice to the actual games in there. Nobody will play them with so much nonsense. What do you mean? You mean nobody will play the 1 or 2 good games because there are so many bad games in the thing? Or do you mean that it's bad for every game in it because they're associated with so much, like, fodder? Because I kind of agree. I kind of feel like all these games took a lot of effort, right? Like, I'm not trying to, like, tear anybody down. Like, they've put in a lot of effort into making these games. They put in so much effort into, like, the artwork, the story, securing, like, music, trying to, like, do everything, like, above board and legally and stuff like that. And then it's, like, 1 out of 1,700 that people probably aren't going to play. I don't know. But what do you mean, like, a disservice? Like, games like Celeste, because they're at the top of the list, because they're the games that were used to promote it, people are gonna play Celeste, right? Which is like a $15 game or whatever. But, I don't think people are gonna play the other stuff. The unknown games that devs put a proper effort into. So they're just gonna kind of be purchased but then never played, you mean? Yeah, they don't get anything from that bundle either. Nobody involved gets anything from the bundle other than the whatchamacallit, the charity. So, I get you. I guess, like, they're just getting purchased and not played, right? It's difficult though, like, there's that many people. There, like, every year, oh, let's say every month on Kickstarter, Dan's Gaming used to do a thing where at the end of the month on Kickstarter, he would go through all of the games, just games getting kickstarted, not consoles, not products, not, like, anything else, just games. And he would easily fill, like, a 3 or 4 hour show going through all the games. And it got to the point that there were so many games getting kickstarted each month that he would have to, like, cherry pick. Like, he would have to pick which ones. Because if he sat and played, like, or sat and watched every single video, he would literally be there, like, for 12, 13 hours. Like, it got to the point where it was like, this looks like an anime game, I'm not gonna click it. This looks like a furry game, I'm not gonna click it. Like, it got that bad. There are a lot of people making games. I don't know, like, I don't really know, like, what the solution is, though, to, like, those people actually getting people to play them, right? Maybe being included in bundles like that is a good way for people to play them in the first place. For basically free. Like somebody buys the bundle for Celeste, and they do what I'm gonna do, and they play like some random shit. So that guy got crushed by barrels. And over here, these are weird barrels, like long barrels. I guess you can kind of work out these guys' jobs. Yeah, if the bundles are smaller and focused, like if it was 100 games, even that's like, if you have 5 good games and 95 shitty games, like, I don't know, like you gotta build a fan base somehow, right? Maybe any publicity is good publicity. I mean, what's the end goal, right? The end goal is to have a game that gets played. An unidentified stowaway expecting free passage and eventual freedom was instead crushed inside a falling barrel. Wow. Huh. Okay. I read a creepypasta about a YouTuber who tried to ship himself to his own house and the box got dropped and he died. True story. It's not a true story. The thing is as well though, if you have your game, like if you're actually trying to release a game now in 2020, if your game is good it can't be ignored, right? Like even if 50 people play it, if it's good enough, those 50 people will eventually tell other people. Just have to be really good. Right? I don't think anybody's to blame for this. I think this is just falling cargo. I'm coughing so much tonight. I have no idea why. I've kind of been fine for the last couple of weeks. But then, now I'm just coughing like fuck. Is he crushed? Crushed by cargo. Bad Rat Show? It was. Bad Rat Show sold Steam sales Bad Rats. How do you, is it Steam Spy or Steam DB? Which one do people use? Bad Rats sold a lot of copies though. Right, Bad Rats Revenge has sold somewhere in the region of 200,000 to 500,000. Bad Rat Show? Wait, did Bad Rat Show not sell a lot? Bad Rat Show sold between 20,000 and 50,000 copies. That's not bad. What was that game you told me about? The LGBTQ game. Read Only Memories. Read Only Memories sold between 100,000 and 200,000. Wow. That's crazy. Hey, Air showed up. Air Memories of Old. We played Air Memories of Old on stream. FMP Evo bought me it. I think. How many copies has PUBG sold? PUBG won't come up. Why won't PUBG come up? Come on. Player. Player unknowns, all one word. Alright. PUBG is sold between 20 million and 50 million copies. I remember in the first year it sold 6 million. Jesus Christ, 20 million and 50 million. It's probably closer to the 50. Like, in the first year, the first, like, actual year when it was in beta, and then it was released or whatever, that first year, they really did sell 6 million. Because I remember Overwatch sold 28 million, and then PUBG sold 6. And everybody was like, whoa, PUBG's, like, selling so many copies. And I was like, Overwatch has sold, like, fucking 5 times that. In the same course of time. Like, what do you mean PUBG's selling a lot of copies? What do you mean? Like, I don't know. So that guy got crushed, right? He got crusholed. And then somebody else was in the barrels. Whatever. Where's the door? Yeah. Like, on console, the amount of downloads for PUBG is probably, like, I don't know, probably 10 million per platform, I would say. Like, it has to be, right? Is this a simple one? Kinda? Kinda, right? Like, this is a really small, simple one. But I don't know who this is. Like, it even tells me that I can't guess who it is. And I have to do the rest of the stuff. Have we completed this game, basically? But now we're just, like, cleaning up, like, stuff. Kinda, right? Only on the bow for the Doom. And yeah, in the lazarette. Let's go to where's the bow? I thought the bow was like the front. Right? Like the bow is the front of the ship? Whatever, I guess we can try and access the lazarette, but I think there's a padlock on it. This is not the lazarette, this is the opposite. The lazarette is here. Yep, it's got a padlock. Is there another way to get in? There's a spiky boy up here. Maybe you just don't. Maybe you don't go in. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to solve all this, though. It's like, there's so many. So many people. I'm gonna go on the bow and see if there is a way to start it, because I think this is the bow. I'm Googling it. Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. Which part of the ship is the bow?
These are the top results.
Hey Google. Which part of the ship is the bow?
According to Marine Insight, the most forward part of a ship is called a bow. The left-hand side of the ship is referred to as port, whereas the right side is called starboard.
So this is the bow. There ain't nothing here. Oh. Wait. Oh. Oh. Oh ho ho. Got him. That guy just farted. Oh, it squeezed the farts out of him. The artist got this farts squeezed out of his ass. Oh my god. This guy just thought he had really bad diarrhea. Alright. So we know how the artist died. He got the farts squeezed out of him. What does that go under? Was he crushed by the beast? Or was he, what was he? Crushed by the beast? Decapitated? Exploded? I mean, he kinda... Was he eaten? Was he... squeezed? Strangled? Torn apart? I'm gonna go with that. Wait, no I'm not. Is it on his neck at all? I don't even think it's on his neck though. Right? Like is it still strangling if it's like not your neck? No, right? Like to be strangled it has to be your neck. If you're compressed in your lungs, then your lungs are crushed. Do boas strangle? I mean, they crush, right? Like they squeeze, they constrict. Boa constrictor, right? Or is it crush in English? It's, well, you call like a boa constrictor, right? And you would say that it strangles somebody if it wraps around their neck, but if it crushes their like body, you would say you would crush their torso, right? You would say they were crushed. I would say you were crushed. Like what happened to the artist on this boat, I would say that's crushed.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
Huh? How How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The robes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
Oh shit! So the guy getting hit right now. Oh shit. Wait. I don't have a page to put it in. But the guy getting hit right now is Danish. And then this guy will have the same surname as another guy on the ship. And it's the guy who was crushed. Right? Alright. Sounds good. Is this Charlie? It's not Charlie. What a complicated game. Who is this? How did they die? So, how many Danish people? Yeah, Lars Lind. I guess it has to be him. And what about the English guy that said about his brother? I can't see anybody with the same surname. Oh, Peters. Nathan Peters and Samuel Peters. Yep. Nathan and Samuel Peters sound about right. I don't think there's anybody else that shares a surname. Okay. What did I just say? Denmark dude, right? And he was... I guess you would call this bludgeoned? Clubbed? And then we'll leave it as unknown attacker. Right, that's a cudgel, right? Like, that's a... And I guess... if we really wanted to... Where's the guy that was crushed by cargo? Yeah, we're not gonna write in that he was killed by Lars, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, fuck that. Let's get out of here. I don't even know what those marks mean. I actually don't know. I 100% do not know what those marks mean. At all. Seven wayward souls disappear during the events of this chapter. And all of them have 3 marks, which means they're difficult to identify currently. Right? Pretty sure that's what that means.
Finish your business and climb down here.
Wait, what? No! Is it gonna try and make me finish the game? No! I wanna, like, get everything right before I go.
All done?
No!
Go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't
Fuck, did
come
I just
back.
ruin it?
If you have still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
Yeah, we need to fucking do the shit. Shit, dude. I don't feel like I've got a whole bunch of stuff I can even do. Like, a lot of these have free triangles, which means it's difficult to identify them. I don't want to just like end the game without trying. I've played 4.5 hours and I was told this game can take as much as 9 hours. So it makes me feel as though there's another 4.5 hours still to go, right? Like there's no way I'm done this easy. Yeah, I really don't feel like I've missed too much. I don't feel like I've missed a lot at all. I could make guesses for some of the shit, like, you know. I'm pretty sure one of these guys is Samuel Peters and one of these guys is Nathan Peters. But I don't know. This is strange. It's a really weird way to present a story. And I think I got most of it. Like, I think I understand mostly what happened. But actually solving the mystery as to, like, who killed everybody, I don't think I can even do that. Like, this didn't even count as being correct, right? Torn apart by the beast? Like, it's not, right? It has to be crushed. Then it says he's in 5 memories? Dude, these diarrhea noises. Am I done? Do I just, like, end the game? I feel like getting people's names is so difficult, like... Alright, I'm gonna risk getting banned. So, you see how most of these people are, like, English or whatever, right? If they have a job, you sometimes see them doing a job. But in things like this, the surgeon and surgeon's mate, how can you tell? Because, like, they're so close together. The same thing with the carpenters. The carpenter and carpenter's mate. I thought Marcus was the black guy, and Winston Smith sounded more like the English guy. Like, Marcus Gibbs, Winston Smith, right? So I just kind of, like, based that on their names. Because it said you're not going to be able to tell everything. But, like... How come I have so many missing for the way they died? Where did these 4 Chinese people go? Like... I'm really confused. I don't even know where to start to, like, go back into this stuff. This chapter will remain unknown until you leave the ship and return the book to me. Alright, whatever. I guess I'm leaving the ship. I don't know what else to do. I feel like I'd just be, like, typing in names randomly.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back. If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
I don't know what else to do. Like, I would just be guessing.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
One week later. Honorable East India Trading Company Assurance Assessment prepared by the company investigation office. So this is all the shit that I typed in. Is this your score? What does this even mean? Oh, it's finding the guy's estate, like the guy's family, right? Oh god. Estate awarded. Oh! So the people's families could actually get money if you, like, say they did good shit. Lars Lind clubbed unknown estate awarded outstanding wages 15. Illness estate awarded outstanding wages 15. Preliminary draft of this assessment is being approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claim 28,350. On behalf of the Honorable East India Trading Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter is closed. Pocket watch remains in your possession. Okay. The book returns to its original owner Henry Evans in Morocco as requested. Did I fuck up? I really don't know what to make of this game. Like, the story was nice, the investigation part was nice, but I'm worried that, like, I'd have to be guessing at so much shit. I feel like I fucked up, like I really... I feel like I ruined people's lives. I'm gonna get bad ending, where I get stabbed by a crab person.
Can you believe a letter at this hour? Must be important.
Oh god.
I'll be turning in now. Tea's all gone, so you might think about going to bed as well.
Chief Inspector, I write you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. Although his health was generally poor, receiving the Obra Dinn book in such an incomplete state further disheartened him so thoroughly that he was unable to recover. He used his final moments to express his extreme regret he felt with entrusting such a remarkable task to you. We thought you should know. Oh, dude, I killed this guy. Oh, dude. The end? No. Fuck off. Really? What? I'm good at these type of games, right? Wow. Not at this one? I mean, clearly. What the fuck, though? Wait. Rewind, continue. Playtime 4 hours. Last played 6 fates solved out of like fucking 60. What does this do? Okay, so this is, it's raining and you're about to leave the ship. I don't even know where to start though. Like, I don't even know where to start. The greatest thing you've ever heard? What? What is? That I'm not good at this game? I don't even know where to start. I really don't. Like, there's so many dead people. Dude, I gave such a poor report on the events on this boat that I killed an old man in Morocco just when he read just how bad the report was. From their hats? Do I look like a fucking hat expert? The fuck do you mean? I mean, yeah, some of them are called by name. I know that, right? But like, sometimes it was difficult to tell which one it was. Like, there's like 11 people in a scene. And they're calling somebody's name. Alright. Let's go to the deck plans. And so this is the mutiny after everything happened, where the guy suicides, right? Is there anything that we missed during this? Alright. Captain, open the door, kick it in. Let's, blah, 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 you bastard. Alright. And we got this one right. Unknown soul was knifed by the captain. This is during the next phase.
Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
Oh yeah, he does say and take more than those shells, right? Meaning like the conch shell, the magic conch.
Where are they? Must be in here someplace.
I mean, he's got a little popo hat on. I don't know what that is. He's the bad shooter, man. I mean, this guy has to be like... I would say that he has to be one of these guys, right? I killed a man because he regrets trusting me. It's true, right? Like, I broke his heart. Probably fancier hats. I mean, in that case, then these guys just have to be seamen, right? Or stewards. I don't think I can work this one out just yet. Alright, let's go to the next one. This guy appeared a lot. Like, he really appeared a lot. Appears in 14 memories. Like, he does appear in a lot of stuff.
Your brother, my friend. I shot him dead. I'll be with you.
Yeah, we already got all this though, right? William Hoscott, because it was Abigail Hoscott. Or whoever the fuck. I don't fucking know.
Please forgive me.
I don't want to just guess. Like, it just feels so fucking stupid to guess. Like, if I go to the main picture, where is it? Here, right? And I'm just like, you know, this guy, he's wearing a hat. He could be this guy. Like, it just feels bad. These three bitches, like, I feel like I could maybe guess their names, right? I can't even see any women's names. Emil O'Farrell? Emil O'Farrell? Butcher? That's not a woman. Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird. Right? It has to be one of them. But then, like, why would you guess? Why not just take the bad gaming if you don't enjoy this part? It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just that I don't understand. Like, it halts you from brute forcing on some of these people. Like, it halts you from it, right? I guess it's not doing it now. But throughout the game, it was like, you know, don't put in somebody's name because we haven't given you enough information to work out who this is. Like, it had that warning pop up a couple of times. So it makes me think that, like, if it still has 3 triangles as well, like, what am I even meant to glean from that? Where am I meant to get all this info? I can kind of guess at some things, right? Like this guy, I can guess at him. It just feels like I'm going to be making really slow progress. Where the fuck is Formosa? I can't even see it. This guy? Pog. And those are correct, right? If it does that. You got crushed. Crushed was right. Yeah, it's not that I don't, like, I'm not enjoying it. I just don't understand, like, I don't know. I don't understand, like, how to glean the information that's necessary to like make decisions. For example, this guy, right? Like you're saying, 17 memories. If I go through his memories, eventually I'll find it. He was knifed by the captain. You know, he's in a weird hat. We're very close to working out who he is. His face is even being unobscured, because their faces are obscured if it's difficult. And they have 3 triangles if it's really difficult. He only has 1. But like, how do you even work that out? Like, they never said his name. No, I'm not a speedrunner. Why do I want to take not a speedrunner as an insult? Like, most people aren't speedrunners. But why do I want to take it as an insult, even though I'm not a speedrunner? That's weird. It's like if somebody says your driving's bad, and they're like, well, we know you don't drive NASCAR, and it's like, you feel offended, and it's like, I never claimed to drive NASCAR. Oh, God. Should I go make a cup of tea, and then come back and play like another hour and a bit of this? To try and work this shit out, or do I take the bad ending? I kind of don't want to take the bad ending. I want to play this game again, but it's like I don't want to play it right now because I'm frustrated. How do I go through this guy's memories quicker? Like, what's the best way? First memory perished in the end. Show memories on deck map. Is there no way to go through these quicker? No, not really, right? Like, you have to come out and then go through that way. Apparently, if I sub or gift subs, I can get exclusive Pride emotes. True. Check this out, right? You ready for this? Watch this. I have infinite channel points in my own channel. So I can do stupid shit like that. Oh, God. It's so dumb. It's so fucking bad. Like, you have infinite channel points in your own channel. It's fucking wild. Why give me the ability? Jesus Christ, did you just waste 880 channel points on that? Oh my God. How many channel points do you guys have? Because I might lower some of the stuff. I kind of want to lower the one for emotes because you only get the emote for 24 hours. I kind of want to lower some of them. 26,000? You are fucking kidding me. Do you really have 26,000? No way. 2.2k? Wait, did you mean 2.6k, Grummeldunk? Nope, 26k? What the fuck? How? You're not even a sub. Subs get double points. You're not even a sub and you already have that many points? What? Are you like here all the time? I guess you are. You get points as well if you click the little thing, right? Like when it says you get an extra 50. I'm gonna make a cup of tea and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get a better ending. I'm determined. And if I have to make guesses, I guess there's no downside to making guesses, right? Like if I put somebody's name in as the final piece of criteria in their information and it says it's wrong, then I guess the whole point is that you can only guess in threes, right? Like it waits for you to get 3 right before it'll tell you they're right. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. I'll BRB. I'll be like 5 minutes, gonna make a cup of tea, and then we'll be doing the thing. I really do want to like finish this game properly. I don't know how long it'll take. I mean, it says that the average playtime is 8.5 to 9.5 hours, and I've only played it for 5.5. So maybe another 3 hours and we'll be done, like 100%. I don't even know. Fall Super Stream's on, so if your stream is on, then you can still get points. Fucking hell. Oh my god, I need to start putting my stream on in like old folks' homes just to get the extra viewers. Alright, I'll BRB. Secure a boss moment. Shut up. I have all of the footage from Sekiro on my PC. I have all of it. Including the like 11 hours on the final boss. I have it all on my PC. I'm not even kidding. I don't even want to put it anywhere. Like, I don't even want to put it on YouTube because it's so fucking bad. I'll BRB. Fuck you. What the fuck is going on? The fuck? I go away for 5 minutes. And Grommeldunk gets gifted a tier 1 sub from Chromon. Chromon, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Grommeldunk and to me, right? Because I get paid. Dude, pride laugh. That's them laughing at the haters. Chicken with a fork is pride? Wait. What is he? He actually is a fucking chicken with a fork. He doesn't have a beak. Wow. Just one of the pride emotes. Did you actually get baited by the pride emotes? And by the way, that PS5 Dino game, I had my ear to the ground about the PS5 Dino game. And apparently even the furries don't like him. Apparently the furries don't like that the Dino dating game exists. They don't like that it's mainstream. And they also don't like the art style because the perspective on the noses. So like if this is a furry dinosaur's nose and they turn their head like this, in the game they'll be like this and their nose goes like this. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like if this is their nose, it should be like this, but their noses like go in off angles, right? And they don't like it. I missed Mexican dancing curve. Aww. I can't even replay it because I would have to open up a new tab, log in, and then replay the nation. And I'm too lazy. Oh man. I'm too lazy. I had a fault when I was downstairs. Okay, here was my fault. My fault was, when we first played this game, we played it essentially in reverse order, right? But now we have the ability to look at the ship layout and play it forward in the way that events did happen, okay? If you play it through in the way that events did happen, then... oh, well, maybe it's not that easy. Maybe it's not quite that easy. Because there's chapter 5, 6... Where's chapter 1? Maybe it's not quite that easy, but if you play it forward in the way the events did happen, you may be able to glean from where people disappear as to who actually, you know, died or whatever first, right? Is that a good thought? So for example, the first thing that happened was the loose cargo fell and killed that guy, right? And it was the other guy's brother. The the Denmarkian guy, the Danish guy, was in charge of the cargo and the cargo fell. So if I go... there's part 1, there's part 2. If I go here... ta-da! That's my... I don't know, what did I call it? Puzzle solving violin?
Wait! No!
Alright, so, unknown soul was crushed by falling cargo. Okay, but we know that this was one of the brothers, and the brother's surname is Peters. So it was either Samuel Peters or Nathan Peters. Both of them are called Seaman. Don't laugh. So, do I just guess that this is Samuel Peters? Do I just guess? Do I just say he's in one memory and I just guess? Right? Because like we said before, there's a lot of seamen on the ship. A lot. Like a lot of seamen. And then the next one is in the bosun's store, which is out here and over this way. P is stored in the balls, that's right. So, this is the part where a stowaway was hiding in a barrel, and the barrel fell and he died. Right? Oh, wait. Why did it go to part 1? Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted to do. Not at all. That wasn't what I wanted to do. So there's no other info in here. He's either Samuel Peters or he isn't. Right? He's either Samuel Peters or he isn't. What about his brother? There was a guy that was shot. Okay. Was shot by an unknown attacker. Unknown soul was shot by an unknown attacker. There's the guy that was Danish. What was he? Marcus Gibbs. This guy, Lars Lindedudu, right? Was clubbed by an unknown attacker. I guess we can put in that we think he was Nathan Peters. Right? A small fall. Do you see the fucking... Do you see the guy's neck? The guy's neck is like... Look at his head! Look at his head! Look at all his spaghetti. All his spaghetti fell out. If you get hit hard enough that all your spaghetti falls out, you die. Look how high the fall was. Actually, that's not that high. I feel like I could survive that. Like, as long as I didn't land on my head. Alright. I think that's good enough, right? Meant the guy in the barrel? True. True. I guess, like, if you're in the barrel as well, you're gonna be, like, pretty tucked up, right? You're not gonna, like... Yeah, you're not gonna, like, take a lot of damage. If anything, you're gonna take less damage by being in the barrel, right? Because you're not hitting... I don't know. You know what I mean, like, you're not gonna, like, bonk your head on anything other than the barrel. So is that the seashell? Way out there? Who sells those seashells? Does she sell seashells on the seashore? +2 defense. I mean... It is in Sekiro. We still haven't managed to get into the lazarette. That was one thing that we haven't done yet, right? Like, we haven't... Oh, did we get into the lazarette? Shit. I think we did. No, we didn't. No. If I'm flicking through this book, right, there's a page where it just has lazarette written on it. There. We haven't gone into the lazarette yet. The lazarette is the ass end of the ship. And I don't know how it's going to open. Maybe I need to complete some other tasks. before it opens. Like, I need to work out some other murders. Moidas. I haven't even looked at this. What is this? Oh! That's different. It's like another way to look at the thing. Bless the rains down in Africa. On your car today and went to the doctor. Big adult energy. Did you did he you know, did he stick his fingers up your bum? Are you old enough for that? I don't even know how old you need to be for them to do the finger up the bum, because my doctor has always done it. And one time my doctor was doing like the prostate exam, like the finger up the bum, and he must have had like a new tool to do it with, because he had both his hands on my shoulders. I don't really know how he did it. Don't know. Don't have a clue. Anyway. I don't even know. So these guys have to be like the first mate, captain. This has to be like the second mate and third mate and then fourth mate, right? But guessing them now doesn't fully help, because we only have the way they died, we don't have who killed them. So putting it in wouldn't even be a guess as to who they are. Like both of these guys as well. Having guesses at their identity doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure I've got all of these right though. This guy still needs to, you know, to know who shot him. And these ladies disappeared in the escape. What does it say of the other one? Oops. Does it say disappeared as well? I mean, I guess we can try and guess these bitches, right? Their names are here somewhere. Shirley Temple and something or other. Emily Jackson. Unknown. It's not really met an unknown fate though, right? Like it could be drowned. Could be fell. I'm gonna go unknown. And then this bitch, it almost doesn't even matter if you get their names right, because Jane Bird. Why do you think, do you think their names are different? Martin, where is the captain? Have you lost your mind? Get back inside! I want my husband! Where is he? He's below deck. Come here! Wait. That's her? That's Mary, though. It's not those two bitches. Would the older be a miss? I mean, I don't know. Is she fucking ugly? Like, you know, I'm 30. I'm not married. People only live to be like 25 in these days. Right? Ah, you're right. Actually, the more I look, the more she looks like a Brussels sprout. And I'm pretty sure you're right. She has to be Emily Jackson. Which means that this has to be Miss Jane Bird. Man, unknown fate. Maybe when we guess another one, it'll confirm. Or, because it's not... Ooh! Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. The two guys with the same surnames. This guy isn't Samuel Peters. This guy is Nathan Peters. Why, if I have 3 of them, and I'm pretty sure that they're correct, why isn't it just saying, like, you know, yes or no? Wait a fucking minute. Is what you said about them dancing correct? Emily Jackson? Is there a Jackson guy? Is Michael Jackson on the boat? Hold up. There's no Michael Jackson on the boat. Type of tea? Yorkshire tea? It's a Scottish blend. Scottish blend. How do you even know Yorkshire tea? How do you know Yorkshire tea? That's so weird. It's funny. Yesterday I was saying I didn't find a Paul on the list, but there is one there. Paul. Paul Moss. First mate. Ah. So which one does he expire in? So because I've bookmarked his memories, how does that even... I don't understand how the bookmark helps you, because you're going to have to flick through until you see a bookmark every time. The spiffing Brit. I don't think I've ever had Yorkshire tea. I know what the box looks like. It's like the red label in the middle of like a countryside picture thing. And it's like green, blue, and red in the middle. But I don't think I've ever had it. I normally just have Tetley, which is like a blue packet, dark blue, navy blue. And Scottish blend is like there's a guy playing the bagpipes on it or something. I don't fucking know. It's got something like that. It's got this guy playing the bagpipes. Probably does. I don't fucking know. I don't think I've ever had Lipton tea either. When Lipton's iced tea became a thing in the UK, or became like popular about 16 years ago, people at my school used to drink it, but it always like put me off because it's cold tea. Like, I would never drink cold tea. Forget which scene it was. Alright. So how do you think I do this, though? Like, my thought that I had downstairs was that I was gonna go through this in order of, like, how it happened. And that was gonna be the way that I would do it, right? But now I'm not so sure that's even, like, worthwhile. Like, where does part 2 happen? Part 2 is a bitter cold and it happens on the Orlop deck. Should I go to part 2? Let's do part 2 on the Orlop deck and see if we can glean any more info. So this is the gunnery deck. This is the Orlop deck. And we are looking for the start of part 2. So it's the body right behind me. This guy. This is the start of it.
Saya tutup. Good feel.
Stop your cheating. Worry about yourself. So the guys at this table are Russian. I didn't put any of that in. Or maybe not Russians. Yeah, they have to be Russians. Right? Okay. This guy isn't Russian. This guy is the guy that's playing with them, but he's not Russian. He's not. These guys are next to each other in the photo, and they both look the same. They actually look like very similar. I'm pretty sure that these guys are both Russian. I'm gonna fill it in. I'm scared of filling it in though, because it's like, what if I forget the random shit that I put in there? Saeed, get up, drink something. We worked out that was Solomon Saeed. And we didn't work out this guy's name. Where was Saeed from? Like, we have a positive identity on Saeed. But where was Saeed from? Would it be Persia? Would it be like what's now called Persia? Would he be Omid Gul? Ah, but sitting next to Solomon is this guy. So this guy would be Omid. Right? He has to be, because he's sitting next to Solomon in the picture. Right? But, oh, this guy's actually sitting in their group as well. I don't know, like, can you work it out from things like that? That these would be like... I mean, they all have mustaches as well. And as we know, every single person that has a mustache is Turkish, right? Or they're from, like, Persia. Right? Like, it has to be true. Yeah, I don't know. Volkov guy? Hold up. What do you mean? Alexei Dobrov, Laros Nikishian, Volkov? Oh shit, you're right. Oh fuck! Wait. That's Nathan Peters. This guy looks Russian. I would doubt that any of these guys are Russian, right? They're all very similar looking. They're all like over here. I would say that the ones that are close to each other when the You're right. Alexei Toporov, Man Unknown Fate. Alright, Leonid Volkov. I guess this guy could also be Russian. See, like, it's not telling me that any of these are right or wrong. Which really, like, that makes me assume that all 5 of those things that I've just done are wrong. Either that they didn't disappear, or they didn't meet an unknown fate, or you're meant to, like... Are you meant to work out from where they were during the journey whether or not they died? Hold up. Alright, so on the map, right? If somebody disappeared here, are you meant to be like, okay, they died? Because they're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Where's the door? Oakley dokley. The next one is the guy on the stairs. So you would say that this guy, right, has to be the doctor, right? He has to be the surgeon or the surgeon's mate. Yes? Disappeared in the escape, so that's an unknown fate. But again, it's not telling me if he's right or not. Like, I would say this is surgeon's mate. He's even wearing like a butcher's thing. Right? Butcher's garb is kind of like a surgeon's thing. I don't know. Like, he's really at home here. He's really relaxed. Right? There's even hooks to put up his surgeon's thing. This guy has to be either the second mate, the third mate, or the fourth mate. I'm gonna go with second mate. But he doesn't have a final memory. So maybe he has something to do with that room that we can't get into yet. Hold up. These three are passengers. This guy's a passenger, right? And they're all dancing and playing instruments. This guy... This guy has to be the third or fourth mate, right? Because of his hat. Fuck. I'm not getting any of this right, because it's not, like, confirming any of it. I really don't think this is Omid. Like, now I'm beginning to think this is somebody completely different. This guy's definitely Chao Tan, right? Like, that was confirmed? Yep. This guy's Bang. This guy's Bon Liao. This is Hoksung. Hoksung Lao. What about this fucker? This one stinky bastard is in so many of things. No idea who he is. This guy's the only guy wearing a turban. Can we go ahead and say he's Indian? He has to be, right? Like, he's the only one wearing a turban. Oh wait, Met an Unknown Fate isn't a oh. Wait, you can't say that though, right? Like, you can't say he's... Oh, I thought Unknown Fate was something that I'd put in for some of these people. I thought that was an answer. But it's looking for, like... Oh, shit. Okay. Wait a minute. Disappeared in Escape, right? So she disappeared at 9. So if I go back to the book, go to here, go to the thing, and then go to 9. So she's either in the Azores or Madeira or... Right? Does that make sense? Am I doing this right? Like, if I say they're alive in the Azores... Alright, that's not confirming that that's correct, though. So, what was it? Was it this guy? Shot by an unknown attacker. An unknown fate. She definitely died. She didn't die of old age. Perished in the Calling, Part 4. Fuck. I wish there was a quicker way to, like, just snap to the memory. Like, instead of having to go and look at the memory. Like, if there's a way to just pop into the thing. Where is number 3? So past these 2 cubicle things. 2 and... This is part 3. This is where we got the name of the guy, right? But you would assume that the guy killing the boar is the butcher.
Hit her here. One swing. Get through the skull in stone or brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it.
Here?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up. You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Chuck.
Mind your shoes now.
So one of these has to be the butcher, right? The guy that said I'll slit his throat. He's wearing a butcher's apron. How did I not fucking get that? Oh, wait. I got the surgeon's apprentice right. Which means I probably got the surgeon right too. Alright, I guess I'm guessing, but maybe there's no problem with guessing. That was the surgeon's mate, so I was right about his thing. So how was I not right about the surgeon? Unless the surgeon... Maybe it's the surgeon's fate that's wrong? I really feel like this is the ship's steward as well. I mean, I'm slowly getting through it then, if that makes sense. Who the fuck is this guy? The surgeon Henry Evans disappeared in the escape. What if I just write that he's alive in the Azores? Alive, Atlantic Island, Africa, Canary Islands, Cape Verde, East Indies, Europe, Middle East. We can't tell that, right? Like, we can't tell that he's alive somewhere. What if I say he... Unknown, right? Like, you have to... Why are we assuming that these people that got caught adrift in the escape, why are we assuming that these people are alive? Like, I could write alive in the Azores, right, for this guy, because where he went missing was in chapter 9, the escape, right? And if you look at where the boat was during chapter 9, the escape, like, it's possible that he's in Madeira or he's in the Azores, right? Whereas if somebody went missing here, you could say they might be in the Canary Islands. I don't think anybody's in Cape Verde. I don't think anybody's in Africa. I don't think anybody's in Europe. This is interesting. I've never been to this page before. This is when you click on who else was present. So, if somebody was present during the start of the journey on chapter 2, but they're not in chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, right? Wouldn't that mean that they went missing at that point? So they could actually be alive in Europe. Like, they could have abandoned and went to, like, this would be Portugal, right? And this would be Spain. Who was the dude in Morocco? Somebody to do with East Indian Trading Company, right? Like, somebody to do with the Like, he's the guy that gave me the book. He's not on the ship. He's like gave me the book to fill it in as like, you know, what happened, and that's gonna tell him who he needs to pay like compensation to, right? Like, I don't think his name is in the book. I don't think he's on the boat, because this is the first of the boat being seen since this attack. Like, when the boat turned back or whatever and got to the UK, I've kind of been assuming that the boat just kind of floated up here because it didn't have a captain. It's like everybody died. It's like they mutinied, and the 4 or 5 people that were mutinied were killed. So it's like the boat floated back up mysteriously, like a haunted ship, right? And it must have floated from here all the way up. So my assumption is that everybody either died or got off the boat before here. Because when you're on the boat now, the only place we haven't been... I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. I'm allergic to mysteries. So, the only place we haven't been is in the lazarette. So unless there's a living person in the lazarette, then we don't know. Like, we don't know where anybody ended up being alive. Like, especially not in like Morocco or, you know, whatever. Like, these guys here, right? This is all of the kind of Turkishy, Persian-y people. Fuck it, I'm out. Wait, is anybody in here? Yeah, we confirmed he's the surgeon's mate. I mean, I'm getting through it, right? Like, that was only chapter 2. So, maybe going through it in the order that it happened is actually gonna be worth it. And then we just have to go back over all the stuff that was wrong. It's like you need a really good memory for this game. You need to remember specific things. You can't just rely on, you know, you can't just rely on like each individual section. You have to rely on your knowledge of the ship in general, your knowledge of the people's names and stuff like that. So this is when a murder happened on the ship and they hung a guy. There was definitely some stuff in this that would have been useful. I don't know.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that?
That sounds like the Italian guy.
Signore Nichols, is that you?
Oh, right. We already knew this.
Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things. Oh, watch your step. Here, let me help you.
So we already wrote in that this guy was stabbed by Signor Nichols. And we worked out he was Nuncio Pascal. And then we know that this is Edward Nichols. Right? He was shot by a gun from an unknown attacker. I guess we can get this when we get to it. I think the person that killed him was one of the... Where are they from? Forgot the name. Whatever the Taiwan place was called, or whatever the fuck. I can't even remember. This is how bad my memory is. Where were they from? Fucking Fortnum and Masons? Fucking hell, dude. Formosa. And then this guy. This guy's fate was difficult. So Hoksang Lao is passenger. It's definitely him. Was shot with a gun during the firing squad by an unknown attacker, right? But you can see here he's been bludgeoned. He was bludgeoned by Nichols to get this shell. Nichols wanted this shell, he stole it, and this guy tried to stop him. He doesn't die here though, right? Like, he dies during the firing squad, because I think he talks during the firing squad part. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to the part 2 of this. No, I don't think anybody was in the hammock. Because it didn't say, it said there was 2 people present, right?
Hoksang Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio.
I could check though.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death on the firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
So Mr. Wolf is this guy, right? Oh no, he's not. This is Mr. Wolf. Got him. Christian Wolf, gunner, Austria. I think he was killed by the gunner's mate. It would make sense, right? We'll get to that when we get to it, though. So the person that killed him is the person whose bullet collided with his heart. So it has to be this guy. You see how this leads a trace to this gun in particular? This unknown soul was knifed by Captain Whitterall. I'm feeling good about him being the gunner's mate, but I don't know. Could be a midshipman, could be a steward. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Why am I coughing so much tonight? Holy fuck. Wow. What up, Kimmerks? What up? What up, what up? Dude, I can't even explain this game to you. I can't even explain. I can't. Right. When? Fuck. When Captain Whitterall is killed, right? Fuck. First mate William Horskip, right? I think this row of people is the stewards to the first mates. And I think this guy that was knifed by the captain was... Wait. First mate William Horskip. Second mate Edward Nichols. So I think he's the first mate's steward. I'm basing that on when the first mate tries to mutiny, he would bring his steward. Right? And he was alive at the end. So, if I was gonna mutiny, I would take everybody that would be on my side, and hopefully that would be my steward, right? Why am I coughing this much? What is it that's making me cough? Is it the fact that the humidity is so we're at like 99% humidity. I'm not even kidding. Does humidity make people cough? Do I need drier air? Am I choking on the fucking water vapor that's in the air? There's Lars Lind. Pretty sure this is Gibbs. Yeah, this is Carpenter's mate Gibbs. Was speared by a foreign enemy. I'm gonna put was speared by a beast. No. I'm pretty sure he's the Carpenter's mate. Like, look at his outfit, right? He's wearing workman's overalls. This guy's the butcher, right? So what does that make you? Does it make you the cook? Maybe? Who are you? I don't have anything for him. I wish I knew who this fucker was. I feel like it might not be first mate. Fuck. He was crushed by a cannon, so he has to be on the gun deck, right? So this guy has to be somebody that works in the midship. Or somebody that works as a gunner. Right? He's not a helmsman. Gunner's mate? Fuck, I don't think he's a gunner's mate. The annoying thing is, if I fill him in as the gunner's mate gets scored off as if, like, I know who he is. Which makes it more difficult in, like, the long run to decide who people are. Captain Stewart. If this is the captain... if this is the captain, then the captain's steward should be near him. But the captain's steward is nowhere near him in any of the scenes. Fuck is this? Carpenter, Winston Smith. Alright. Forgive my blatant racism here, but I really feel like Marcus Gibbs over here isn't the carpenter. I feel like he's the apprentice. Right? Like, we're talking this is 1800. I think he's the carpenter, and I feel like he's the carpenter's apprentice. Try putting the killer of Lao as the first mate's... Oh, shit, you're right. I didn't even do that. The first mate's steward, right? Is there anything else you can write there, though? Can you write... unknown officer? Nah. First mate steward. I guess I could say it's the second mate steward, right? The first mate's from Scotland. There's no way he's gonna have a first mate steward. This from England. He might have one from Wales. Oh, I wish their accents were more localized, because some of them were like such clear accents. Like, you can tell somebody was from like Somerset. You could tell somebody was from like Liverpool. Oh, why didn't it just say the fucking local place? Oh god. Alright. I'm gonna put first mate's Stuart from Wales and just leave it at that. I think that's all we can really glean from this. Who would this guy be? Alfred Clistel, the bosun? Why do I think he's the bosun? What does a bosun even do? They're both wearing similar hats and they're both next to these spinny things. Does that mean anything? Fuck it, we're out here. Okay. The next part of this is to follow the trail to the first mate's quarters. Which is strange. But I guess.
On your toes.
Go back there!
Here.
Captain!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up!
This guy is the second mate, Edward Nichols, right? So if we put this guy as killed by second mate, Edward Nichols, but we don't know his name. Lars Lind is there. This is Charlie? No, it's not. Where is Charlie on this list? Charles, Willy Wonka. Charles Minor's the bosun's mate. Could that be the bosun then? No. The fuck is this? Anyway. Could this be the bosun? If he disappeared in the Doom, then you could say he's alive in the Azores. Fuck, this might be a big mistake writing all that shit in. Why would a top man be with 3 seamen? Oh, I chose that because he's Russian. Alright, never mind. On your toes, boys. How can you do this? Load her up. We best push off. Let me go. Give her here, will ya? Captain, slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up. Alright, I think that was enough info shit that we just put in. I don't think any of that was correct, though. Like, that was a real struggle. It's funny that this guy isn't confirmed. That means that, like, a lot of my other guesses must be wrong, because this guy is 100% correct. Well, the bosun was only theoretical. I don't even know how to react to that. That was like... Did you notice that this is that guy's leg? The guy that got shot. He had the rope around his leg so that if he got shot it would pull on his leg, and that's his leg hanging there. Second mate, would that be his steward next to him? Wait. In this picture, I believe that these are the 4 stewards that have been picked by the 4 top people on the ship because they wouldn't want some fucking idiots firing a rifle, right? So, I believe that these are the 4 stewards. This is one of the guys, like the first mate, second mate, third mate, fourth mate, because of their hats. Like, this could easily be third mate, right? And then this could be fourth mate. You with me? And I think these are the stewards. Basically because this group is like... These are sailors, right? They're not like the anything special. If you said that was the second mate, wouldn't it be a steward next to him? Oh, when they kidnapped the lady? Oh. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I think I should go back into that memory and check before I go any further. Takes 2 seconds to go back, I guess. So you think this is, if this is the first, second mate, which is confirmed, right? Oh, that's not confirmed. That this would be the second mate's steward? They're not Irish though, they're English accents. Roderick Anderson. Anderson isn't even an English name, not spelled like that. Let's go Davy James. And that was fourth mate's steward, right? And if I change this guy to be in the fourth mate, I'm just guessing though. Like, I'm just guessing at like which one of the mates it is. But I guess having them as a pair might be better. Look at the death of the dude by the second mate. Oh wait, I get what you mean. But you need all 3 things to be right. So this guy's information, it doesn't matter what's up here because the by unknown attacker is like I don't know who shot him in the calling. Like I don't know who that was. I'd have to get to that memory again to find out who killed him. Right? And then was shot by second mate and we don't know this guy's name. So even changing this, it's like, it's almost like to get that, we would need to know who this guy is. And then that would help us get 1, 2, 3. But even if we got how and who killed him, we don't know who this guy is himself. Maybe I'm playing the game wrong. Maybe I should go through all the memories involving that one person and try and work it out that way. But this way is kind of working as well. Like, we've had 2 hits so far, right? Because I was going to go on to the next part called The Calling, right? Where the conch shell summoned the people. Still don't know what this is. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I still don't know what this is. Does it tell me anywhere? Oh. Does it tell me any of that anywhere? Which part is the calling? Number 4, right? The calling part 1 starts outside in the boat. Yikes. Up here. Oh, I think you have to spiral back through the bodies. You gotta tunnel through all the bodies. So you've got to do this in reverse order to get out into the ocean. I'm pretty sure that's how you do this. Like, you've got to go part 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Hold your fire!
The guy that says recovers the boats is either French or German. Right? That was the guy shooting. Confirmed who he is. This guy was killed by Chiao Tan. Right? And I said 4th mate. But maybe that wasn't 4th mate. This is after the thing. That guy, wait. Did that guy dump the bodies? Oh! So anybody that didn't come back, right? Anybody that didn't come back to the boat now, which is basically just Miss Lim. What's her name? Yeah. Bun Lan Lim. And the Chinese emperor dude. Right? Itbang Xia. Anybody that went out and didn't come back in is definitely drowned at sea. Right? So apart from Lim, Chang, and then whoever this mate is, they're definitely drowned at sea. There's no way they survived, unless there was more than 2 boats, but I don't think there was. Does that help? I guess we don't know this guy's identity, but we know how he died. Like, definitely. Can I go? So there was only 2 boats here. Right? So this guy was speared by an enemy, and we don't know his name. Oh, he's stabbed. He's got like a knife in his neck. But it's a people knife. It's not a... I'm gonna say he was stabbed by Itbang Xia. Knifed by... So he cowered in the boat when everybody got attacked. And then he managed to lash the boats together and he managed to take the bodies of the dead mermaids back. Right? How did Bunlan... How did she die? Like... How do I get to the part just behind this? Part 2. I need to go to part 3. I need to find out how
Keep rowing!
Where is it? There! Something there!
I see it!
Give us a weapon! Shoot it! My kid eye!
Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
They give us a weapon. I couldn't tell, like, that's English, but like... So where is she at this point? She's fine. She's uninjured at this point. Right? Then this guy is definitely speared by an enemy, but we're not even sure who he is. He has to be either 4th or 3rd mate, though, because he sounds English. Or somebody here sounds English. Doesn't help, though. This guy definitely didn't make it back. Right? Like, he's not in the boat when the boat comes back. So he definitely drowned or something, but we don't know specifically. Would you say this is drowned? Met an unknown fate. I guess you could say he was strangled or drowned by an unknown enemy. He's getting scratched. Claude? Wait, was Claude an option? Fuck, you're right. But that would mean this is a terrible beast instead of being an unknown enemy. And I'm pretty sure that some of these have been confirmed as being like that speared by an unknown enemy, right? Like this guy, it would be speared by a foreign enemy. Unless you change that to beast. Are these beasts or are these unknown enemies? So this guy's actually tied up at this point, right? Why did it do that? Why does it bring out the... I think we need to play it forward 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, this is 1.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假！你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊留在水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来！
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
Hold up. This guy has to be Chinese. But speared by a foreign enemy is what I keep thinking, right? Like, that's a foreign enemy. Is it just beast? Speared by a beast? I thought the beast was the crabs or the big squid. Look at this guy, matrix dodging. He like matrix dodges the spear. And there is only 2 boats, so you have to say that the other people all died. Alright. I'm giving up for tonight. We know where we were though. And I think I understand like how the game's gonna flow. Once we have half the people identified, I can see the rest of them kind of rolling into place, right? Does that make sense? That once you narrow down your options, things are gonna like come closer together? For example, when you work out who one of the officers is and the officer steward, the other 2 officers and officer stewards will be easier. Yeah, the problem though with trying all the Chinese speared by enemy and monster and whatever, the problem with trying to brute force it is it waits until you have 3 people correct. You need to know who they are, what happened to them, and if somebody killed them, you need to know who did it. So brute forcing becomes like a power of 3 to the power of 3, right? And then to the power of 3. So you have like 3 times 3 times 3 options. And it becomes really, really like, I mean, what is that? Like 27 iterations? It's really difficult to actually do that. You can try a couple, like honestly you could try a couple. But unless you have like all of the things, like speared by foreign enemy or whatever, like unless there's 2 already right, yeah, it's free every time. Like it waits until there's 3 things that you've got right, and it doesn't tell you if you have like 1 or 2 right already. Like some of the stuff I could have done, like I could be on 2 things completely perfectly fine, right? And then if I brute force this last one, it'll be like, okay, all 3 of those were good. But if I don't know, like if I go beast and then back out and then change him to Li Jiang and back out and then try this and then back out and then try this. Just checking something. Okay. Like unless I have 2 other things right, brute forcing this is never gonna help. Because maybe I have nothing right. If nothing else is right, it's like, fuck. Yeah, we know he is speared. I mean, I just did by enemy, right? And then I can work back up the list. Yeah. It just becomes that difficult. Unknown is what you put in if you don't know at all. It would make sense though that they put this guy, I mean he looks kind of Chinese, but he's wearing like a Chinese, like a monk cut shirt thing. Like he's wearing the same thing as the Formosan guy basically, but like a different version. It makes sense that he has to be Chinese, right? And it makes sense that he's speared and by a foreign enemy. But it's like... Alright, I'm done. Ugh. I don't know if I'm going to play this tomorrow though. I kind of want to play something else. I kind of do. I've played about 7 hours of this. And it's very, very slow. I mentioned that Black Lives Matter bundle that you can no longer get. It was $5 for like 1,700 games. There's a couple of games in it that are pretty good. Usajin recommended a couple, and that one that Grummeldunk said, the memories, read-only memories 1803 or whatever the fuck, like that's in it. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. I could do something really surprising and we'll fucking play Red Faction Guerrilla or something like... I have no idea. I have no idea what I want to play. Alright. Good night. Good night. Good night.